land? This is Nintito from Nintito's Art, and I decided to do something different for my next drawing project. I was contemplating what to draw next, and this is something that I decided to do. It came from my heart, based on I'm not gonna name specifically what it is, but based on what's going on right now with the current situation in the news, whatever. I know a lot of us are going through hard times, some more than others, and it just felt like doing something that was close to my heart, something drawing pictures of people I admire, of course, besides family, parents, of course. Those always come first. But these are people that a lot of us grew up with. Now, my point of view, I feel that a lot of these individuals, at least when it comes to educational purposes and being pure of heart, at least in the sense of this stuff they portrayed towards not only kids but the family, was something that I think something that we can use during these times. As you can see, the first one I'm doing right now is Charlie Chaplin. Of course, you know I admire him because of excuse me, because of you know, he always brought a smile to people's faces and kids' faces, and he didn't. This is during the time that during his time, you know, there was no real silent film. There was no way of talking. The emotions went through his eyes, through his mannerisms, and yeah, he was very whimsical, very childlike, and very pure. So he's one of not only that, but recently when he got to the point where he started giving speeches, he gave this very emotional speech on in a movie he did. One of his I think it was the very last movie. I can't remember the name of the movie, but look him up. You can just type in Charlie Chaplin emotional speech, which resonates with the times we're going through right now, a lot of us. So yeah, it's one of my childhood heroes growing up. So he was first one I thought of drawing. Right now, the next one I'm drawing is one of my childhood heroes that basically his name was Cantinflas. If you know who Cantinflas is, if you don't know who he is, he was I guess our version of Charlie Chaplin for Hispanics, Latinos, Mexicans. His persona was that he will talk away. Well, his persona was the way that he will the comedic styles where he will try to talk his way out of a situation, a bad situation. And he talks so much that he gets to the point where he don't even remember what the original issue was, what he was talking about originally. Does that make any sense? That's why they call me Cantinflas, because basically he'll jabber on, and a physical comedy. One of his best movies was the one called Around the World in 180 Days. Check it out if you get a chance. check out his other work. You don't have to speak Spanish to appreciate his work. He's a slapstick comedy, very wholesome. Brings some smile to everybody's face, and you know, he was a great individual to watch growing up. As you can tell, a lot of these childhood heroes that I'm making a cartoon sketch about, they're all fortunately they passed away, and regardless of your religion or faith or what you believe in, I personally believe that I like to imagine that they're actually meeting up there in the big blue sky in heaven, and they're holding hands and living in peace, being friends with each other. Now, with the drawing itself, I had a little bit of a difficult time when it comes to the arm positions, because unfortunately I don't know if it makes any sense, but I think I drew them a little too far apart. So I didn't drew them close enough where they were like hugging shoulder to shoulder each other, like best pals, best friends. So I decided to instead just go ahead and you'll see later. I went ahead and made it look like they were holding hands at arm's length with each other, except for one character that I drew. But that's only because I didn't measure correctly and I ran out of paper. But I wanted to get this particular individual in there too, because each one of these individuals represented something in my life growing up that helped me during hard times, and good times also. Sorry about that, coffee. It's just really cold in my room right now. And, okay, so yeah, I'm just finishing up this drawing right now. I'm gonna get the next one in a little bit. Yeah, I'm trying to make this while I'm talking, explaining what's going on with the drawing process. As you can tell, I'm doing a caricature or cartoon of famous people that I admire. And right now, next one, you can tell who it is as soon as you see part of his face coming up. I'm not going to mention who it is at the moment, but I think you can probably tell as soon as you see the drawing come along. I apologize. I am left-handed. As much as I try to avoid not blocking the drawing, my hand gets in the way, so just bear with me. And in a way, this is gonna like a lesson, because I mentioned that I was gonna give like a tutorial like how to do cartooning. And, so basically, killing one bird with two stones, so to speak. Drawing, but at the same time cartoon-like drawing. admire. You can tell like I'm doing well, Mr. Rogers, Fred Rogers. He's a big smile. One thing I don't know how to do exactly is what I'm going to use for coloring medium. I don't know if I'm going to straight up color pencils or markers. I'm going to decide that later on, but right now I'm just concentrating getting each character's likeness, as you can tell. Now, I'm just gonna finish this part, finish up here. It's about 2 minutes left. Once this part is over, I'm gonna continue with the next part in a moment. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is a big smile to my face because it's just too much negativity right now in the news, and yeah, I know a lot of us are hurting, some more than others, and I hope this will bring a smile to your faces if you're able to stumble along this drawing art slash art tutorial how to yeah, that's the part where you can tell that I'm having difficult with the arms. Like I don't know how to place it. Like it's like no, it's like eventually, you know, sometimes I do corrections like off screen, so I'm gonna fix his arms off screen. And right here, Mr. Rogers is about to be over here, and we'll see you in the next video. Explain we're continuing the drawing, the inking process. And I'll see you in the next video continuing the inking process. Alright folks, so at this point, what I'm doing right now is basically just finishing up the drawings to characters, and I mentioned earlier that there was one more character I needed to put in there, and of course it's the one and only Bob Ross. I almost ran out of space, and I didn't have too much space to put him in completely. But I was either that or leave him out, and I was definitely not going to leave Bob Ross out, because Bob Ross is what was one of the great influencers of our time growing up. You know, he remember during Sunday mornings PBS channel, he was our go-to when there was no cartoons on, and you know, it was very fascinating. Always brought a smile to everyone's face, young and old. So he definitely deserved a spot here. One of my childhood heroes growing up also. Oh, excuse me. Right now I'm just making adjustments, especially Bob Ross. I don't know what to do with his arm, so I just went ahead and put it where he's like has his arm around Charlie Chaplin, like fist pals, and holding his putting his hand upon his shoulder, placing his hand upon Charlie Chaplin's shoulder. Charlie Chaplin, my dad didn't want it to make him look like he was also hugging Bob Ross. I just wanted to give him that distinguished, basically the Charlie Chaplin feel. So I decided to instead made him put his hand in his pocket. Right now I'm just making adjustments. Excuse me. Sorry for clearing my throat so much and coughing. Like I mentioned before, it's pretty cold in my room, so. But I will have another more of a speed up time lapse of this video with music. So you can also look at that one. This is more like of a, I guess you can say a step-by-step process of what I'm doing. Right now, I'm trying to get the feel of Bob Ross's smile, because you know he has this big smile with that distinguished afro and his goatee. Also the eyes, I wanted to get the eyes just perfect, because when he smiles, he has this like little squint in his eye. Very wholesome. That's where I'm trying to get just right on this particular part with the eyes. You know, when I get to the point I'm satisfied, I leave it the way it is. Right now I'm making some adjustments to Bob Ross and the other characters here. Yeah, I apologize. I didn't get the whole body in with my camera. The thing is, I can't tell because when I put my camera phone in the holder, just in I can't see from the top, so I can't really tell. I have to like wing it, and hopefully, you know, it's recording the whole body, or at least part of the body. So I apologize that you can't see the whole body at this moment. But I'm gonna try to show the whole body when I'm doing the coloring process next time. Right now, all I'm doing is just as you can tell, I'm using a Sharpie, inking it in. I just found a Sharpie lying around, and I started using that one. So I'm not an expert when it comes to line work, anything like that. So just bear with me. I just started filling it out. Right now I'm doing the pants, of course, as you can tell, and as I'm going along, I'm adding wrinkles, creases, trying to keep everything. I mean, at least to me, when it comes to cartooning, I don't worry so much about being accurate with my lines. Of course, you want them making as clean as possible, right? But I always like to take be free with the way I do my work. Like right now, like the eyebrows, I don't worry about the eyebrows being exactly perfect. The eyes don't have to be. And my eyes are perfect, because I like the imperfections. I like the when it comes to cartooning, hand-drawn, rough look to characters. I think it makes it more heartwarming, if that's the word I'm looking for. Heartwarming, whimsical. Like right now, I'm doing the Recall chanclas or huaraches, or for like beat up sandals in Spanish. That is what we call it in Mexico for cantinflas. And it's amazing as when you do we start inking in. It's amazing how the characters come to life, like off the page. Like basically, it's like a animated show, cartoon on Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon. My name is Mr. Rogers. Once again, I apologize for my hand. It's in the way. I am a lefty. Doing his signature cardigan sweater. I just want to mention, I want to get across so with this particular painting, drawing, how besides our differences, backgrounds, we can always find peace and come together, no pun intended, and come together as friends, as pals. Once again, I wanted to make it where they were actually like best buddies, hugging each other, shoulder to shoulder. You know, like ready to take a picture, kind of like what Bob Ross was doing with Charlie Chaplin here. The reason I made it this way is because I miscalculated, and I put it where they were a little too far apart, and I think their arms were a little too short to do the hugging part. And when it comes to cartooning, even though this is a cartoon, if I make the arms a little too long, you know, it'll look disproportionate, you know. And I'd rather just have them holding hands, like good friends. Good old Bob Ross, you know. I mean, with all these drawings, what I'll go for is like I try to grab their essence. Like if I look at a drawing of Bob Ross, I see that of course the essence is the big smile, the squinted eyes, and of course you can't forget that afro. Charlie Chaplin has that smirk, the smile smirk, and that raised eyebrows, like I don't know, it wasn't me. I'm not guilty kind of look on his face, and his eyebrows are kind of droopy. So based on the portraits, that's why at least on my end, that's what I get out of making the characters. Same with Cantinflas. Cantinflas has like a smirk, and he has the mustache, well, just two little mustache hairs on each side. So I wanted to catch her where one's going up, one's going down when he's smiling. You got the messy hair and the raggedy clothes. Right now what I'm doing, I'm just erasing, well, the best best of my ability, I'm erasing the lines. Of course, I'm not gonna get all of them because I have a very handy hand, and I'll tend to press down on a piece of paper. But I know I mentioned in the previous tutorial that when you're pressing down on a piece of paper, it's very hard to, or almost impossible to get rid of construction lines. As you can tell, in between Cartoon Floss and these rodders, that there's a splash right there. But I mean, it's the way you can get away with it when you're doing cartooning work, because I think it adds to the drawing. You know, the mistakes, the erasing and everything. When it comes to realism, that's where you want to try to keep it as tight as possible. Don't press too much on the paper, because no matter the type of pen you're using, especially the darker pens, it'll show up in. All right, here we are again. Continuing our coloring process. Right now, I'm coloring Charlie Chaplin's. Using a deep sea blue to color it still. I'm using this color because it's the closest thing I could find, because I looked at a color photograph, and this is the closest color I can find that match what he was wearing in the color photograph. Plus, also, this is a cartoon. I wanted to use bright colors, as bright as I can get with the colors, but at the same time being true to the source material. So now I am using big marking markers. You can easily find these at your local Walmart. I'm sure they have them at Target or any of the big famous retail stores out there. I do not have the Copic markers or copy markers, the way depending how you want to pronounce it. I just can't afford those right now, but these they do get this job done. Now, I'm not much of a colorer, especially when it comes to marker. Now I'm usually used to using color pencils or Prisma color pencils, and I forgot that plus being a lefty, I forgot that I have my hand placed on top of the drawing of Charlie Chaplin, and I accidentally smeared it. You can tell that on the right there on the left hand, on the left arm. Oh, you're right. In the pocket. Right now I'm clearing the head. I'm intentionally leaving some open white spaces for an added effect, and also to give that for highlights, and also to give that effect that it's a cartoon or a comic sketch, whatever you want to call it. Excuse me. Okay. Alright, right now I'm using a tan color for the vest. see that I do improvise with colors and with markers and color pencils, because sometimes, fortunately, especially with times like these, it's not easy to go out to the store and buy whatever you need when you're missing it. You gotta try to improvise and substitute a medium or a color or a piece of equipment for another one. You'll see that in a moment here when I'm doing dark brown to do the hair or with the Chaplin. Of course, you're looking at the black and white photos or black and white movies. Everything looks, well, black and white, but so it's good to look at a color photograph from the 1910s, 1930s, so you can accurately predict what they're wearing. Okay, right here is the part where I'm using a Cal 9 gray marker, and unfortunately, I thought I was going to be able to get away with it, but no, it just completely ran out of ink. So the show must go on. I mean, no pun intended. I reached out to one of my colored pencils. I picked the Cool Gray, which I believe matched the tip of marker I was using, and I just substituted the Cool Gray for the marker, and I think it worked out. It worked out just fine. So I'm just lightly shading it in, doing that so just in case it doesn't match up, I can easily erase it with my eraser and try using a different type of marker. And thankfully, it matched up to the marker I was using, to the point where unless you really look for it, you can tell that was a marker slash pencil. Just like a little, because you can call it a trick. You can always improvise. You can always substitute one medium for the other one, as long as it matches the medium you're using as closely as possible. So that's one way to save some time and continue with your project. Now, when it comes to shoes, I don't know exactly how each individual shoes are on the characters, but I made them the way that I think the particular line of business would require them to use the shoes. Like for Charlie Chaplin, he has a lot of slapstick comedy, a lot of physical comedy. He does a lot of dancing, a lot of flipping around, like his own stunts. I figured that like some hard steel toe shoes will fit him, so I wanted to make that made it look like he has those type of shoes on right now. And I do apologize, the camera didn't capture the top part of the coloring process right now for Bob Ross, but I am coloring his hair right now. Okay, there we go. I'll bring it down a little bit more. Now it's famous mustache being colored in. What color is that? See, for that I'm using a honey brown. Now for his shirt, I was contemplating what type of shirt what color shirt to give him. If I remember that he usually uses like very light colored shirts, usually very light blue. Very laid back. He has a very laid back look. I mean, he's wearing a dress shirt, but it's like usually open, very loose. So I wanted to give him that laid back look, relaxed look, just carefree. And I think like blue, I want to do like aqua green. Oh, hot aqua was my marker, and a beige pants, and I actually gave him those flip flops because I would imagine that he probably since he's working in art studio, he seems like he was very cool, very relaxed, laid back. So I try to indicate that he's wearing like flip flops and no shoes. Once again, I apologize. My camera didn't capture the top portion right now, but I am actually coloring the cap or the hat of character Cantinflas, and I'm using what am I using here? That's a misty blue color. Now he's technically speaking, he has a white shirt, but since his character is supposed to be a character who is poor or lives in is raggedy, I used a cool gray and I slightly shaded on top of it to indicate that it's weathered or it's been used for a while. His pants are barely hanging in there, you can tell. He has very old raggedy pants, torn towards the bottom, being held up by a makeshift belt made up of rope. Had the effect that has a little patch, like showing that he basically finds material lying around and he tries to sew up his pants. And of course, shoes basically has like what we call in Spanish chanclas huaraches. Basically, it stands for old shoes, raggedy shoes. Of course, depending what part of Latin America you're from, people call it different names, but they all same meaning. I wanted to give that effect that part of the shoes are the soles of one of the shoes are exposing his feet. But he has a scarf, coloring that red. This session's about to be over a little bit, and once this session is over, we're going to continue with the coloring process. All right. So see you in the next step here. All right. Continuing. Like the way it's looking so far. All right. So I'm picking a red color for Mr. Rogers' shirt. I think I'm gonna, instead of pure red, I went with something orange instead, and I went over it with rainbow rambunctious red. These markers have funny names, but I'm just naming the colors, the actual names of the big marker colors. I could have just said red, but that's what it's saying. It's called rambunctious red. It's the color I'll be going over with on Mr. Rogers' cardigan sweater. But right right now I'm going doing a yellow orange, and this will be should be the last of the characters. After that, I'll begin shading, adding some highlights to certain characters. Make sure everything's in order. Fairly light blue for the dress shirt, and dark blue for the tie. Yeah, this is the point where I'm going over the sweater with dark red. For the pants. Now, Mr. Rogers, if you're a child of the 80s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, or even beyond that, you know who Mr. Rogers is. Goes without saying. He's a simple man with a show about teaching kids how to accept themselves. And never being afraid of who they are and chasing their dreams. So most definitely deserves to be in this particular drawing here. And believe me, I do have more characters that I look up to, except that decided to get these four this particular project, because not only myself, I think too many, a lot of, if not all, one or two of these characters are meant something to one of us, either one of us growing up. Mr. Rogers with his sound advice on PBS, on the Mr. Rogers Show. Cantinflas with his slapstick humor, quirkiness, showing that he can have a personality, be liked by people, no matter your social structure. Doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. Or Chaplin with his physical comedy, expressive eyes, letting you know what's going on, what he's feeling, without saying much. And of course, Mr. Bob Ross be little accidents. His calm, soothing voice telling you that if you're drawing, one little mistake doesn't mean it's the end of the world with your drawing. Just working around it, and everything's gonna be alright. Yep, these are all influential characters in not only my life but a lot of our lives growing up as kids. Right now, as you can see, I'm doing a base coat of peach on all the characters' faces. I'm using peach on all the characters' faces because they're basically same skin tone with slight variations in darkness. If I'm mistaken, I think Bob Ross and Cantinflas are a little bit more darker tone. Charlie Chaplin, you can tell, but I just kept him. I'm gonna keep him peach, light skin peached color. What I will do is try to add a little bit of a highlight with the tan around the edges of the face, under his eyelids. Same with Bob Ross, and of course Mr. Rogers. He's more very light skinned. So the only bit of tan highlights I'm gonna be like on the bridge of the nose or the end of the nose, and the side of the forehead, underneath the eyeballs, and around the eye area. Yeah, I'm making I'm actually making 2 videos. I'm gonna make a fast time-lapse sketch where it's like just music playing, and that's gonna be the next one gonna be loading up, and then I'm gonna be loading up which is the one right now I'm doing right now, talking. It's sketching pretty fast, not as fast as the other one, but this is more of a be talking about the process, and of course also talking about the characters I'm drawing. And I'll let you know, because I think I'm gonna have to do one more video actually. That's gonna be shorter. Well, hopefully it's shorter, because I'm gonna be I want to add something in the background, maybe like a blue sky or something like that. I want to leave it just a blank background, to help the character stand out more. So from there, I'll let you know what's the next step after completing this drawing, because there's something special I want to do with this drawing that I hope will bring smiles of a lot of cool faces on YouTube. all day, converting the videos, editing, get it just right. But I love doing this. I mentioned in the previous video of mine that if you enjoy what you're doing, it doesn't matter the hours you put in, even if it takes a long time, you don't feel like it's work. And I love doing this. If my dream to actually work, or I can express my okay, so we're on the home stretch now. About to finish the drawing, the piece here. So what I'm doing right now, instead of just because of the black background blue, sky blue, rather than just I was thinking about making clouds, coloring it in, but I decided to just as I was putting down the color, I like the effect the streaks were leaving. You know, showing the part of the paper in the background. So I decided just to leave it like that, and just I'll go over it and just push down a little bit, darken it out a little bit so it can look less saturated. Alright, and if you notice, I left like a little bit of quoting Bob Ross, some happy little accidents. Dealing with Bob Ross and some of the characters. Let me know if you noticed the quote-unquote happy little accidents I left on the drawing for each for the characters and Bob Ross. And yeah, here's the part where I'm going over the sky, adding another layer, a little bit more darker. And this is a little project. Like I mentioned, I did it from the heart. You know, I think it was something I wanted to do to put bring smiles to a lot of people's faces, especially during these times. So I also want to mention, like I mentioned earlier, I'm gonna send this out to the YouTubers that are YouTubers I follow, and I recently subscribed to. I'm new to this, you know. I'm usually very quiet and very shy, so this is bringing me out of my shell, especially when it comes to doing tutorials. You know, hopefully as I go along, as I continue this, I get better doing art tutorials. But like I mentioned, I'm sending this out to YouTubers. I'm tagging them. Jazza, who I followed and I admire his work. Ray Dizzle, I admire her work also, her style. THC, and the box office artist, James the box office artist. And I guess you can call it, if they run into this video, I want them to do like I guess you can call it a challenge, or like paying it forward. I would like them to add to this particular piece, or create another piece of their own where they add. Doesn't matter how much. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4 childhood heroes, or people that influence them. It could be real life celebrities, or it can be like animated, or make believe, like Kermit the Frog, for example, Mario, or it can be anybody from like of course, like Bob Ross, for example, that I just made right now in Mr. Rogers. Just basically it's like paying it forward. I'm seeing this piece on my Instagram. I'm gonna see if we can get a hold of them on Instagram, asking them to add to the piece, or create their own piece of their own, and basically make it where everybody's coming together as friends, holding hands, and just add the top of it, and just recommend it to their friends or their people they know, fellow artists, and just make this big piece where everybody is holding hands and hugging and being happy. I'm very bad when it comes to naming my pieces, so I call this piece, I just went ahead and call it why can't we be friends, from the, everybody knows that song from the famous group War. Of course, for copyright infringements, I of course I can't use the song Why Can't We Be Friends, so I just used like a free song I had on my computer. That's gonna be in my speed sketch video. It's up right now. It should be up by the time this is over. That part should be up already, so please check it out. Remember to subscribe, ring that bell for notification, and give a like. Much appreciated. But yeah, right now, as you can tell, I'm finishing up the grass. I'm going with base apple green, then dark green, a little bit of yellow. Just try to give it that depth, and I'm gonna basically add like individual strands of grass around the area. And right now I'm on the home stretch right now. I'm about to be finished. So far I like the way the cartoon came out. Here we go. Yep. So yeah. Sure to check this out on my Instagram. It's also called Ninzito's Art, or go to @Ninzito's Art Instagram. And if anything else, if anyone out there going through rough times, hard times, especially in the situation we're going through right now, a lot of us, some more than others. Even if it's just for a brief moment, I hope this video brings a smile to your face. And all said and done, don't break yourself down. Life's gonna get better. Be positive. Gotta take care out there. God bless, and I'll try to see you in the next video. Take care, all. And always remember, a drawing's never done until you say it's done. God bless. Have a great one.